Artificial intelligence, AI. That's the hottest topic in tech today. Basically, when I go on LinkedIn, that's all anybody wants to talk about. But is AI your enemy? Is it coming for your job? Is it coming for all the jobs? Or can you use it as a software developer, as a technical person, as something that can extend your capabilities and your productivity that might actually help you in the marketplace? My name is Dennis Stevens. I'm a database developer with 20 years experience, and I'm going to talk to you in this series of videos of a real case study where I create a product and try to bring it to market with the help of ChatGPT. Let's do it. So here's the item that I have been trying to create. And I've had this idea for a couple of years. I also have an Etsy shop where I sell 3D printed items. 3D printing is the other technology that has really taken off and people are very excited about it. And I probably, like a lot of people, it started as a hobby. And at a certain point, I thought, I could probably monetize this and make a little extra income. And so, Etsy shop, which, it's never become a huge money maker, but it brings me a little bit of money on the side. Now, because it was kind of a hobby, I just kind of did it. And when orders came in, I printed them and shipped them off to my customers. Over time, I've thought that I should really keep a better track of the expenses. There's the raw materials that the printer uses. There's wear and tear in the machine. Parts have to be replaced occasionally. And I'll show you later, there's a bunch of other kind of supplies, incidentals that you have to have when you're doing 3D printing. And then I thought, that could be a software product that I could probably build and I might be able to get other people to buy. At least I thought I'm willing to try. Now, keep in mind, I'm a software developer who specializes in SQL, structured query languages. I'm basically a database person. I don't do product development. I'm not into marketing. I'm not into a lot of the things that you would need to be. And to create the product that I was thinking of, it would take some time to just type all that out, all that code by itself when I'm, a one-man band. But then I thought, I've heard this AI is supposed to be able to do a lot of the stuff for you. Why not try? I figure. So I fire up the old ChatGPT. Actually, it was I also use Copilot, which is Microsoft's. They're kind of built-in AI, and I would ask it questions like, I would say, I'm going to create a software that tracks 3D printing expenses. What would be a database schema for keeping track of everything on a 3D printing business? It gave me the full SQL script to create the database objects, the tables, the indexes, the foreign keys. And it did an okay job in the sense of like a first draft. I mean, I looked at it and I was like, okay, there's a lot more detail that I would want to track. And, there were things like text descriptions that I would break out into a lookup table. I would have normalized the database much more than what Copilot wanted to do. But my first thought was, this did save me a fair amount of time. It's to take what Copilot wrote and tweak it, add some things. That's going to save some time. And then I thought, okay, what would be my business plan? And I thought just about myself, what software as a service do I buy and how do I evaluate them? Well, for one thing, I don't like to pay money for anything. So if there's a free tier for a product, I'm likely to sign up for something that's free and play around for a little bit and see if I think it's worth some money. So I asked ChatGPT about that. He's saying ChatGPT, Copilot. Copilot gave me an estimate of how much money I might be able to make doing that, and it also suggested what the functions could be at the free tier and what could be at the paid tier, and gave me kind of an algorithm of how much money I could make by, say, selling ads on the website for the software. I also was thinking for the UI, I have some experience with Python and the Flask and the Django framework. And my understanding has always been that Flask is kind of the easiest one to work with. So I asked Copilot, can you give me a user interface in Flask that connects to a SQL Server database and can call SQL Server store procedures? And it did that. It generated some code for that. Now, the spoiler alert for the whole exercise so far has been that AI, at least Copilot, doesn't do any of those things perfectly. But they're a really good start. It definitely would have saved me a lot of time. I still will have to kind of verify and investigate everything it said. Like I said, the database code, I could immediately see where I needed to tweak it and make some changes. It gave me also, Copilot also gave me some kind of algorithms of how to estimate the cost of each item, which were pretty common sense. It's like, how much do you pay for the raw material? You try to estimate wear and tear in the machine, and then for that you get an idea of how much it costs to make each item. And then you have an idea of how much you should charge to make a profit. One of the things I've done to verify that is, of course, I mean, you can Google, cost estimates, how to create cost estimates. There's lots of resources online that you can read from different people. I also know people who sell different things on Etsy, or they sell individual items. They're small artists, they're craftspeople, and they sell all sorts of things. I know people who sell little wood carvings, candles, their own graphic novels. They make their own art. There are a lot of people doing that, either full-time or on the side. And I talked to all the people in that field that I can, and they've been very generous with describing how they keep track of their costs, how they arrive at the correct price for their items, how they try to market them, etc., etc. So, again, spoiler alert, Copilot, helpful, gonna save you some time. Don't just trust it completely. Don't think it's gonna just write all the code for you. I don't think it's at that point, at least not Copilot. There's still very much a space for people, who know what they're doing, who are willing and or willing to take the time to educate themselves on on the various subject matter, so you can make your own decisions. Can't take what AI just gives you as the final product. And that's just, that's one case study so far. I haven't got the product to market yet. I'm still working on it. I thought it'd be interesting to make these videos while I continue that. So this will be a series of videos. I'm going to show you in the future what prompts I used and what Copilot told me, what I learned from trying to verify things as much as possible, or what have you. And I think it'll be interesting. I hope you like and subscribe. And by all means, comment if you have any thoughts about what I'm saying. And thank you for watching.